Hello and welcome to CadoinkStudios. I have for you today game number 2 between jcarson and Blackhawk. This is game 2 in the gold and below tournament. Blackhawk taking game number 1, and if he takes game number 2, he will be moving on to round 2. If jcarson wins this, it will move on to a game 3 where the winner will be moving on to round number 2. So without any further ado, spawning in the top left of Antigua Shipyard, we have jcarsonw, the blue Zerg player, and his opponent spawning in the bottom left, Blackhawk, the green Terran, taking game number 1 with a nice little Marine Marauder medevac tank sort of play. We saw jcarson go for a more Roach Zealot and then moving into Broodlord. Yeah. So we'll see how he does. Hopefully he'll take game number 2 so that this can move on to a third game. So good luck to both players, and yeah, this is the Golden Below tournament hosted by Animus, and I'm Cadoink. Thank you very much for letting me host this, or letting me commentate this, and thank you very much for hosting this tournament and giving Gold League players an opportunity to play on a tournament level, tournament mindset. Yeah, it's very, very exciting for me to see these players kind of get up on the stage and play. So we have the usual thing coming out for Blackhawk. He's once again walling off, getting his 13 gas, so he might be going for a very similar build to what he did in game number 1. And jcarson is doing something usual as well. He's just kind of scouting with his Overlord as well as his drones, sending this Overlord to the bottom, so very nice Overlord kind of scouting and pathing by him. In fact, if we look, this is very cool because he'll see this base at the same time as he sees this base with that Overlord scouting. That's kind of a very, very cool little trick. Also going to be taking his natural at around 15-16, so more standard play than he did in game number 1. In game number 1 he tried to get away with a very secret expansion, just going straight for the third, and it didn't work out too well for him. So now hopefully he will do better. He's going to be putting his spawning pool down. So yeah, much more solid build order this time from jcarson. Very excited to see what he does with it. In the meantime, his opponent is once again going for the 2 racks with that tech lab on it. I like this. I think this is a good play. He's going to be able to get his upgrades up. He's going to have some Marines and some Marauders, which are very, very strong. And he's going to be able to do some damage. He really needs to get that Orbital Command, though, as when that first barracks finishes, you should start that immediately. It'll give you a huge economic advantage. Also, we have jcarson's Overlord finally reaching the space, so he will be able to move in and scout, and you'll see the usual things that he did. See in game number 1. Ooh, and it looks like a drone getting caught just gets picked off. Oh, it'd be horrible to die by the little drill from the SCV. Actually, if you think about it, SCVs are kind of like Big Daddies from Bioshock, which I've never played that game, by the way, so I don't know why I referenced it, but yeah, little guys with drills. Oh, looks like another little SCV drone battle going on in jcarson's base. Looks like the SCV will die, so jcarson did get his revenge. He avenged the drone that was killed before. Looks like he's going to be getting up 1 gas, probably getting Zergling speed, or maybe Roach Warren, getting a Roach Warren once again and pumping out some roaches. Might be going for Banelings. I'm interested to see what he'll do. Finally getting his queen up so he can do that spawn larva, and has another one in his natural, so he's being very on top of his macro. Very much like this jcarson. I'm very excited to see this. Looks like Blackhawk is going to be moving out with some Marines, just kind of guarding his ramp. I suspect he will be taking his natural here pretty shortly, as maybe not. He doesn't have enough money to. He does have double gas, so he will be putting down a factory, probably right here. Suspect that'll be a factory. Don't know what he's doing. Just kind of dancing with it. Ah, there he goes. Was waiting for that 150 minerals. And it looks like jcarson's made his choice. He is going to be going for a Baneling nest. Perhaps this is because of what he's seen. And nice timing by jcarson, grabbing that Overlord very quickly and pulling him back. However, he needs to kind of pull him to the side, as the Overlord will go down to this nice little Marine force. Ugh, poor Overlord. Supply blocking jcarson just a little bit. And it looks like jcarson did opt to get stem first. Excuse me, Blackhawk. You can't get stem as Zerg. Yeah, he did opt to get that stem pack first. That's something I used to do a lot. But I started to realize that Combat Shield was a little more useful initially because it wouldn't hurt my Marines like the stim would, and so I would wait and get stim and then get my medevacs, and so that way it wouldn't really damage me as hard. And it seemed to work out pretty well, so that's my little tip for the day, or for the game I should say. In the meantime, Jay Carson is going to be getting his banelings up, morphing some banelings so he can try to, I guess, bust Blackhawk down, do kind of a forward bust sort of thing. Luckily for Blackhawk, he does have a lot of his units down here, so he can start to attack him, and then when the banelings get too close, he can run away, run up the ramp, close the ramp, and he should be fine. Depending on how well Jay Carson's attack goes, it looks like he is getting Burrow rather early. He did get that layer up so he could get Burrow. And he's not getting the centrifugal, I'm not going to try to say it, centrifugal, there we go, hooks, which he really needs to get. That makes Baneling so much more useful. And so I'd like to see him get that a lot earlier than he did in game number 1. Looks like, very interestingly, we have Hellions coming out for Blackhawk. Very different decision than he made in game number 1, as in game number 1 he went for more of a tank sort of play. Also going to be getting a starport with a tech lab, so yeah, he wants to be going for kind of like a Marine Hellion Banshee play. Don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it's really strong early on, especially against Terran. TVT is very good. But I don't really know what to suspect in a TVZ, especially at this time. Looks like it will be moving forward. He does spot the banelings. Very nice, kind of leaving one Marine to I don't know, bait the baneling and kill it. Ooh, but it looks like a baneling does land, killing a lot of the Marines. Huge blunder from Blackhawk, as that'll make this attack a lot less useful. He is going to be able to get the Queen as well as some drones and some Overlords, but he really could have done a much stronger attack. And nice, Jay Carson burrowing his drones, making sure that they can't be killed, and morphing some Zerglings so that he can destroy the rest of the Marines. Ooh, looks like he's going to be building some banelings. Really should have waited till after he picked off these Marines, as he could have taken them out. It looks like a few of these Overlords will get harmed, one of them getting dangerously close to dying. It does go down, and the Zerglings do clean up the rest of the Marines, so all in all, fairly good hold. If we look, only one worker I think was lost. No, he didn't lose any drones. That's Blackhawks. Wow, very interesting. Yeah, if we look at units lost, he did do damage. He managed to put the Zerg player behind in the unit lost tab, but not really doing enough damage to warrant the attack, in my opinion. He did kill the Queen, which was a good hit, but I think he could have done better with when that baneling hit. Jay Carson had a very nice baneling land that took out a lot of the Marines, and so Blackhawk's just going to recover from that. He's doing the good thing. He's building a lot of Marines. He's building some Hellions up so he can kill those Zerglings. He saw a lot of Zerglings, a lot of banelings, so the Hellions will be able to help out with the Zerglings quite a bit. Also going to be trying to get out of medevac, getting a little bit supply blocked. I'm sure he'll be putting down an SCV, a supply depot, and getting that up very shortly. Some Hellions are now moving across the map. They will be going forward to scout, but it looks like Jay Carson is very much prepared. He has a lot of units burrowed. Oh my goodness. Looks like, wow. Banelings, one of the Banelings falling, another one falling. Very nice micro from Blackhawk. Picking off as many of these Banelings as he can. And, oh man, I suspect, yes indeed, one of the Banelings does unburrow, hurting the Hellions quite a bit, killing one even. So he will be forced to run back pretty soon. This Hellion's not going to be able to do that much damage. However, if he keeps baiting these Banelings, he might. We'll see what he decides to do. Oh my gosh, huge Baneling mishap. The Banelings unburrowing, missing the Hellion and killing themselves. That's going to be very bad, but two more Hellions are out on the map, and they will be moving forward and poking the front of Jay Carson once again. However, some more Banelings are burrowed. He might have thought that that was all his Banelings. That is not the case. Blackhawk a little bit leery of this. It's just going to keep him at the bottom of the ramp and kind of wait. He doesn't know it, but he could move up to this right side and he would be fine. Ooh, but he's moving through the center, and oh man, just going over just in time. Looks like, oh man, just barely missing those Banelings. Actually, interestingly, oh man, Banelings do unburrow, destroying one of the Hellions and hurting the other one quite a bit. Jay Carson, one interesting bit of information, you can actually auto-cast Banelings, I think, to unburrow when something goes over them. I think that's how it works. I think you can do that with Banelings. So yeah, look at that in the future. It's pretty sweet, actually. And it looks like Blackhawk is going to be moving out once again with a medevac and some Marines. In fact, look at that, the little guy is glitched in there. Little automatron dude. It's pretty awesome. But he will be moving out with these Marines as well as the medevac and trying to attack. However, some infestors are moving across and they can get some really, really good fungals. 3 fungals can hurt a group of Marines like this very, very much. Especially with only 1 medevac to heal them. They will be moving forward, and oh man, just a ton of banelings for Jay Carson. If these Marines go over him, they could die really, really quickly. It looks like they will be going over, and oh my gosh, that was probably the best baneling landmine I've ever seen, as every single Marine died. Just getting absolutely crushed. Wow, very, very nice, Jay Carson. Very cool. Looks like in the meantime, Jay Carson is going to be sneaking in with his infestors once again. Probably going to be going for the mineral line this time rather than trying to hit the front. In fact, landing some infested Terran to pick off these Marines as well as this Hellion. In fact, they will be able to pick off that medevac as well as that Marine, and Blackhawk's kind of in a little bit of trouble as he doesn't have that much of an army. If we look in the army tab, he only has 7 army supply to, what was that? To Jay Carson's 37. So spawning these infested Terran, he's actually going to do a lot of damage. I don't think I've seen a player lose to infested Terran before. This is very, very nice by Jay Carson. But these ones do go down as they are on a timer. And yeah, they will be able to pick off a tech lab, so the damage he needed to do was definitely done by these infested Terran. But they will indeed finally go down. But that gave him just enough time to build up a little army of infestors and Zerglings. And so he will be moving across the map and attacking Blackhawk. Would really like to see some Zergling speed on those Zerglings. However, it is alright. I think he'll do the damage he needs to do to get him into game number 3. Sending a few Zerglings early so he can scout out what's going on, and now he knows that he can attack. Jay Carson moving in with a lot of his Zerglings. Blackhawk moving around as best he can so he can try to get up there, but the Zerglings, are too fast. Getting up before the wall off is complete. And now he's in his base. He's going to be able to take out a lot. Luckily for Blackhawk, he does have a couple of Hellions, but he's kind of missed-microing him, getting him in the corner. Oh no! All the Hellions go down. This is very bad for Blackhawk, as Jay Carson is just going to be able to crush everything. And there's the GG from Blackhawk. Once again, the caps lock GG from Jay Carson. And yeah, congrats, Jay Carson. You will be moving on to game number 3, where if you win, you will be in the round of 2. So good luck to both of you players, and I will see you guys in game number 3.